I sold my soul to the devil, man. I gave my soul to the devil for 30 years. I took the red suit, put it on, and I led my structure, my generation. I led myself to the levels in which I intended to be, where I was gonna become one of the most volatile bounty hunters alive until they kill me. Either the police kill me or the streets kill me, because I lost my king, my little brother, and my mother, my queen, back to back to back.
Real life. If that ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just ain't real life street Starz. You know what time it is. Real life street Starz, man. Hold up. What we got in the middle? We got bounty hunter BJ, the infamous.
Man, you already know, man. Hey, listen, Jeff, I want to say, first of all, to you and the crew, man, it's an honor. I want to start this show off with two situations. I want to give a shout out to my guy, man, for the collaboration as well, man. Eastside Grinders, man, LV, man, to all the truckers out there, man, because I fucks with the truckers. I'm going into that field myself, man. I'm going into the trucking business. So shout out to the truckers out there in the world, man. They mean a lot, man. And second of all, because I know Miss Wright sits right here and a whole host of others, man, listen, man, I got to give it up for Watts, man, my city, man. And this right here is the bounty hunter stomp, man. From my triple OG big homie, TC, man, we in the building, man. Y'all see what it do, man. Representing OG style, man. Yeah. We here on the blue couch, y'all. Yeah. We here. Yeah. It's going down.
Man, first and foremost, before we even get into it, there's a couple terms I need you to just give me a quick definition from your standpoint. OG. Define what an OG is.
Okay, it goes in a variety of lanes, but an OG for us, the street perspective, is someone who really earned that status. Like it's a status that you grow to earn. It's not just like some cats in the hood become an OG because they lived in that neighborhood, that community all their lives, and once they got up to an elderly age, we have a tendency to call them OG. But the real significant meaning in street terms of the OG word comes from putting in work in the streets as a young YG, a BG, you know what I mean, a baby gangster to a YG, young gangster, to an OG gangster. So that's where the terms OG come from. You know, where you'd have made it to that level where now, okay, you're an OG. And from an OG, there's no other status outside of you growing to your elderly status to become a senior citizen now.
How old do you have to be to become an OG?
It's great that you asked that question, because there's a whole lot of youngers out here, 19, call themselves OGs.
Right.
There's no such thing, because you ain't put in no time, no efforts, no work, no nothing. The normal status of becoming an OG normally sets in around primarily the age of 45 to 50 going on up. Okay. Because that should be your era of where you really on edge as far as your maturity status, as far as even talking about gangs now on those levels. You're supposed to be trying to go to a whole nother level. So it start taking you out of that equation, give you the status of that level now as an OG, because you're not really out here trying to really be active, be in the streets as you was as a young cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know, it's first and foremost, you know, any black man that writes a book, you know, I always just give double salute for that. You know what I mean? We got the product on the table, the green jacket.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man.
Quickly, I want you to take them through that. I read a little bit of it, and there's a couple things I want to touch on in it, but to tell them real quick about how you came to create this book and what it means.
Well, it means a lot to me. First of all, it's a dedication to my neighborhood. This is why it's the illustrated part of the book where when you first open it up, it's like 9 pages dedicated to the first, second, and third generation, with your photographs of individuals I grew up with from all 3 generations. And so they depict a variety of photos. And I'm throughout all these photos as well. And so the Green Jackets itself, we started out in the history in our neighborhood, that was our first name. Before we took on the tag as, you know, the notorious bounty hunters. Then my big homies before me, my first generation big homies, the seed planters who started the situation in the projects, we were the Green Jackets. And from there, I knew history of it, but I wasn't a part of it. I didn't participate in it because I wasn't that age. I was a kid then. But I knew my history of it from mentors of my big homies that I grew up and grew up under and around. So instead of me taking the whole format of the book and writing it fully in dedication to my neighborhood, it would have kind of been an impossible task for me because so many individuals are deceased for me to obtain those rights because it would be based on true stories and true events. So what I did was, I said, I'm gonna do something different. By me being a graduate student from AFI, Stella Academy, me and T. Rogers graduated from LACC together, Drama, Arts, and Theater. So this is where my writing skills has always been there. I said, I'm gonna put a twist on it. I'm gonna take the title itself, because it has so much meaning to it, and I know the marketing aspect of it is gonna have an edge to it, because people know the Green Jackets.
Yeah.
When you hear that name, the Green Jackets, oh, that's the bounty hunters, that's the Nicholson. So it's real history behind it. So what I did was I took the characters, certain characters, and I flipped them and I put my own twist to it. And you gotta read the book, because if I keep talking, then I'm gonna be telling you the story. But it's about 5 characters out of the Nicholson Gardens, and the book is surrounding the projects itself, the Nicholson Garden, who became multi-millionaires in the game outside of becoming gangbangers. They grew, in essence, to become self-millionaires from the street perspective. And they connected with this other crew from the West Side, which was BPS's, Black Peace Stones. Because growing up in our era, well, basically, I'm one of the main characters. And
so for people that don't know the era, set the era time frame that you're talking about right now.
We're talking about the early 80s, coming out of the 70s to the early 80s to the late 80s, the crack epidemic wars, the crack epidemic, where you had to be a sorry individual that couldn't get no real money out here during that era because they gave it to us. Nobody in America outside of the black race, and it's, I'm not saying that from a bragging or boasting standpoint, just from a political and just a self-righteous fact standpoint, they threw the shit in our hands first before the Mexicans got it and the Yugoslavians and the Russians. But the mob has already been always in tie. The cartels has always been in tie. But they connected with us in that early 80s because they knew we ran and controlled the streets. So in order for them to distribute, they had to put out lieutenants in positions. So this is where your Ricky Rosses came from, you know, the Chico Browns, cats that I grew up with. You know what I mean? Know these cats personally.
Oh, you know Rick Ross?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. Chico Brown is my cat, both of them, yeah. So,
how was Rick Ross before the game? Like in the game?
You say, how was he?
How was he? Was he really cutthroat person or?
No, like the film and the stories depict him, no, Rick was smart. Hell no, Rick is a shrewd thinker, businessman. Rick thought numbers. You know, it was like, you could have took Rick in our time at ever. See, Rick was like, coming from the East Side and growing up where he come from, he was different. It's like myself, around my peers, I was different because I educated myself. Not just, I didn't have no gangster mentality, I educated myself. So that took me further in a long way in my leadership and my influencement because of that. Because cats couldn't read and write. Niggas couldn't count. Yeah, you count some money, but you don't even know you miscount. I'm sitting here watching you miscount, and then I can go back, double back and peel on you because you just miscount. You thought you counted 1,000. You know what I mean? But all the time it's 1,200.
Were you, I know that you said this, you were smart enough thinking, would you get your hands dirty though? Like in the game?
Oh, well, you have to. I mean, it all depends on your status as far as your leadership. Me, personally, my type of leadership, bro, was if I couldn't show you, you was on my team, you was one of my soldiers, and we was really getting down together, if I couldn't show y'all how to do it first myself, and I couldn't show you that I'm gonna lead by example, then I'm not doing it right. I'm not a good leader. And in essence, I had this analogy that I use, this philosophy that I say that if we going out, if I ain't got a parachute on, y'all ain't got a parachute on, man, it ain't fair game. You know what I'm saying?
Now, in the book, you did shout out Bun B from UGK.
Yeah.
Like it was either prologue or right in the beginning. What is your connection with UGK? You know, UGK down here, that's, nigga, they like super legends to us, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe,
so when I seen that, I was like, damn, what's bro's tie in with UGK?
It's a 13-year-long story, 13-year-long relationship. I mean, basically, it goes back in time where a situation had occurred in Los Angeles, and some basically Christian Bloods is finna rob the set in LA. Mike Jones video, Snoop, they was primarily targeting Snoop and Mike Jones. And Snoop was getting a lot of slack from the West Coast at this time, and they was targeting him and Mike Jones. Bun was a feature on the song at this time. And so it wasn't so much they was tripping on Bun, but he was gonna get it as well because he was a high profile artist in their eyes. It was on set that day.
So they don't even care that Snoop's a legend, Bun B's a legend. If it's going down, it's going.
That don't mean, see, that's one thing about LA. It's different. It's really a different moon, man. It's like cats don't give a shit unless you really that type of nigga that really can push that kind of weight or your name carry that. Then niggas don't care. You know, they're still bulldozing and test the waters. So getting to the introduction was I had a strong relationship with Chino XL. That was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I got Chino out of a couple situations in Los Angeles when he first touched down and moved in LA. And so I was on my way to an audition and I got a call from Chino. He was ecstatic. Yo, son, yo, Cap, where you at, man? I need you, man. They finna rob him. They gonna rob him, son. They finna lay him down. They laid everything down. I'm like, hold on, man, son. Slow your ass down, Chino. Who you talking about? He go, Bun, man, Bun B. I go, Bun B, UGK? I said, blood, hold on, where you at? Give me the addy. Give me the address. I said, I was on my way to audition, but I'm on my way. So they was in G&NG hood and Crip neighborhood. It's half and half, it's broken half, and they parked at a church shooting this scene for my lowrider, Mike Jones, my 6'4". And I actually ended up in the video that day. I ended up doing a cameo with Bun and them that day in the video. But nevertheless, I turned around, pushed my way over there. When I got over there, it's like at least about 30, 40 young cats, all in front of the gates. These niggas is chanting. You hear Cuz and Blood, and they chant. So when I pulled right up. I seen two of the little weenie security guards, standing at the gate, but not putting no force. They just like getting at these dudes, but they ain't made their move in yet. So I pulled up in my truck and just stopped. When I stopped, cats turned around and started looking. Now niggas looking at me, and you can hear cats like, where Cuz? Who is that? Like, so once I got out my truck and made my appearance, I jumped out, what's up? So now my attention is immediately to the niggas, because I speak their lingo, and I'm still active in that world. Right. So I jump out, what's up? And the first thing I see the young homie from G&NG, Bird. He go, big homie. I go, Bird, what's up, blood? I said, hold on, let me holler at you in a minute. Let me go in and holler at these folks. Bird, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. So that's all I need to see. One individual who had the energy that I know who was regulated. So I go right in. So when I go in, I step right in, be who the director is, and I got a strong relationship with him. Shout out to him, love and respect to him, because that's what I say today, and that's Dr. Teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Teeth. So when I walked in, Dr. Teeth, they introduced me to him. He say, what's up, OG? He said, what's going on, man? He say, I can't finish the video or nothing, man. These guys is threatening. They threatened the production dude. They took one of the speaker mics, and I said, check this out. Don't worry about it, I got it. I'm finna lay it all down. Who's the petty cash holder? He go, huh? He was shocked I knew the lingo. Yeah. I said, who the petty cash holder, who the producer? He say, hey, come here. He introduced him to me. He said, whatever he say he won't, give it to him. So I told the petty cash holder, I said, look, I got what I'm finna do. I'm finna go over here, I'm finna hire a few of these guys. Once I hire them, they're gonna take care of y'all for the rest of the day. Give me a minute. From there, I went into Bun them trailer. Once I bust up in the Bun them trailer, big truck buck sitting at the door, Bonafide, Bone, which is road manager, Queen in there, and Bun. And so when I come in, and Chino walked me in, so Chino introduced me to everybody. Once he introduced me, I embraced Bun, shook hands, looked at him and his wifey, And it was like we connected, like instantly. We had this chemistry, like where we connected. Not only that, I had a big fond for their music. I respected their music, you know, especially particularly Pimp C, because Pimp was that dude. You feel me? So I really respected their shit. And to really meet Bun and me, I was already pushing the line. That's how I got in the game from, you know, my security, pushing my way to security to bodyguarding and really protecting a lot of major name cats in the game for a lot of years until I turned my status into a CEO status. I wasn't no groupie. So I knew all kind of dudes. I met him, been knowing him. So that built my relationship with him from that point on. And I let him know that, you know, anytime you're on the West, anything dealing with the West, I got you. You straight.
So was that like a version of checking in, so to speak, when you hired them? It was almost your way of putting money back in the community's pocket in order to settle that?
It's great you asked that question, and I can break it down and explain it to TV land, because there's a lot of young cats need to understand that shit, because they missing the bag right now today by not applying this formula. See, this is a formula, man. And now cats just go to the hoods and niggas just, your hoods is, see, what I don't like about my neighborhood at this point in time is that, and don't get me wrong, it's the younger generation turn. I'm not here to ridicule it, but I can voice my opinion as a double OG, and being a legendary from that hood and knowing all the work I put in, man, and the years and decades I put in behind this shit with other soldiers and warriors like myself. We had never had no attentions from our neighborhood and our community to break down to become a fucking tourist attraction.
Right.
You feel me? Where any motherfucker with a camera could just walk in, step in, like, oh, hey, and take a picture, and then they gone, and they get the money. So because our people so lack of education, bro, and don't understand the formula of this shit, is really, it's a business. Like the big homie, the G, really, he's speaking real. It ain't about no extortion, it's business. And the white folks understand it. But if you don't apply it, they ain't no trip. They gonna go still do their thing and mosey their way in and get out and get the money. But if you apply it, and it's applied in the right way, you find yourself getting hired. Now you're a consultant on these sets. When they come down into the neighborhood, they call your phone and say, man, we want to come shoot a movie in such and such neighborhood. You got contacts over there? Shit, yeah, I'll do. You make your contact over there, now you to hire 5 or 10 dudes over here. So just to give you someone else who has that same formula is Cleese Long, Bone. Actor Bone, writer, director, producer Bone. This is how he come up in the game the same way, bro. The same formula. You know what I'm saying?
That's some real dope knowledge right there, bro. It's like, I just feel like LA, when it comes, I mean, just California in general, is different when it comes to, y'all really stand on business when it comes to politics, the way that people should move, and y'all not just letting anybody do anything. Can you give me the history on how it got like that? Because I feel like it ain't too many cities that really regulate their city like y'all do.
Well, it all came from the function of gangs. When the gangs merged and came in and really gave us that division and divide and separation, then those politics was built, because from those politics had to be rules and standards and principles and morals. See, in my era, my time coming up, you wasn't finna just be no gangbanger. Nigga, you just moved from Tallahassee, Tullahoma some damn where, to LA, and you just moved here, and you wanna join this gang, it's cool, you can get in the gang, but you're gonna have to prove yourself. You've been in the hood for 10 years already, and you wanna join the gang. Same aspect, you gotta prove yourself. Nowadays, it ain't no proof. It's just me and Buddy right here, we decide, hey, we finna go hang out with the L gangs over here, and we finna be them today. But 2 weeks from now, they pop it over here, so we gonna switch over here and switch sides. See, it wasn't none of that shit, it was rules.
What about the California jails? Is it the same still? Or if you go to jail in California, you don't have to prove yourself?
Oh, it's crazy because it's worrisome. It's like it's worrisome. In my time and era, it was like we really gang bang.
Right.
We bang. So Like the little young cat, 4S say off the back, it was on sight. Our wording was on sight or off top. So it was the same thing. So we really gangbang. So in essence, like him and Cookie Monster, C-Mac, they gang banging in the wrong era. See, they really gangbang. See, 4S need to be gangbanging in the 80s. And it would have been competition for it. Because it's really bangers. See, these young niggas don't gangbang, bro. So when you go in that county jail, the county jail more or less now is a bully force. Like the bullies really regulate and run everything. Like nigga, you gotta be one of the bully type niggas that's really putting it in to survive in there. You gonna get chewed up. So yeah, it's true about when you go in that county jail, niggas, I take them fades and where you from, and see what the politics was different for us. They had us separated, segregated because we were so volatile, we couldn't be in them situations with each other. Niggas was gonna die. Wasn't gonna be no fight, just head up fights. Niggas was dying late night. You go lay down, 2 or 3 niggas may get poked and not wake up. That's how serious the shit was. See, it ain't like that. It's just different.
Did you grow up in the era of Monster Cody?
Knew him personally.
So how was he in person?
Just like his name, Monster Cody.
Right.
Smart though, militant, sharp, you feel me? Muslim mind, Muslim background, great brother. But he was serious about that gang banging, man. We come about, I crossed paths in juvenile hall. Right. I got caught up in 1979, my first bodies, I got caught up in 79, my first bodies. 79, 70, I paralyzed a nigga and got attempted murder, 2 counts of ADW, which is assault with deadly weapons. 17, I'm on my way to juvenile hall. Now when I go to juvenile, I'm already hearing this name, Monster Cody. My homeboy, Bonnie Hunter Rack Dog, was the equivalent of Monster Cody. So they was like neck to neck. So Rat was in the system as well. So when I hit the system, I go to a holding tank. It's like multiple Crips in there. Primarily, two sets of my enemies, which was the PJs and the Gray Streets at that time, which was my rival enemies. So when I hit the tank, I ended up, getting down with a few of them niggas. And at that moment was when I met Monster because he appreciated and respected how I stood my grounds as a blood. And back then and there, if you're gonna be a blood, you better really be a blood. Because
not too many of you.
Oh, no, bro. That's why we stood out. And this is why real Damus like myself and others, our names still carry today because of those situations. We really had to sacrifice ourselves. We really had to sacrifice putting it down like that because if not, these young niggas wouldn't even be saying blood or whoop whoop right now today because niggas like myself. Right. So me being in that situation and the Crips knowing that, and they hit me up like, you niggas know where I'm from. Niggas Bonnie Hunters, blood, what's happening? Niggas, what's happening, cuz? What's happening? We can get down. So Monster Cody stepped and said, hold on, cuz. Give him a head up. Y'all can go head up with him then, man. Ain't gonna be no rat pack then, just go head up with him.
That's some real shit.
You feel me? And from that day on, me and Cody became, I'm talking about A1. So his first book, I'm in the first book because we grew up in the same generation.
Okay.
Second generation.
Yeah, so you're in the book. What?
Yeah.
Did he change your name or?
No, it's in there BJ.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under BJ.
I'm trying to think because I read his book and I'm trying to think what part.
He's talking about the Bonnie Hunters when he's talking about the different sets of bloods, the first, second generations. Yeah, I'm in that category right there, that paragraph of the book.
I gotta go back and watch that thing. What made you essentially like turn up in the gang life? Like, what gave you that edge to be like, I'll do something to somebody?
Well, that.
It's like, was it something that you saw? Was it innately in you?
No, this is where the part of my life where it became an emotional situation, bro. Okay. I basically, I sold my soul to the devil, man. I gave my soul to the devil for 30 fucking years. I took the red suit, put it on, and I led my structure, my generation. I led myself to the levels in which I intended to be, where I was gonna become one of the most volatile bounty hunters alive until they kill me. Either the police kill me or niggas in the streets kill me, because I lost my king, my little brother, and my mother, my queen, back to back to back.
Did Did your little brother get killed?
Nah, bro, I wouldn't be sitting here on this couch talking to y'all, man. I'd be on death row some damn where, if not dead. Especially if some niggas in the streets killed him.
Right.
We wouldn't even never had this conversation. I guarantee you that. No, unfortunately, he was in a car accident with two more of my young homies, my little homie Twin and my little homie Pookie, rest in peace. And the car flipped over. Neither one of them little niggas could drive at the time. They were 16 and 15 years old. And the car flipped over and they was able to drag my little brother out. By the time I got there, they had the ambulance came, they took him to the hospital and he survived. He lived for 6 months. And then all of a sudden, he was following my footsteps. You know, we heavily in the gangs at that time. But we both, our life was headed toward the sports world because we played sports all our life. So my dreams had been football and baseball. I was gonna make it out in those terms. Right. Had good grades in school. And so all that shattered when I lost my family, because my family has always been everything to me in life. Still is right now today, you know, so that became my emotional turning point where I had already been fascinated with the gang life, watching my big homies. I was torn between two different characteristics in my life. Coming outside, seeing bodies drop, right. Shootouts, niggas in a dice game, they might get knocked out and have a doohickey size of a real baseball on his head and still fighting, seeing all these things at 13, 14 years old and not jumped into it yet, but knowing about it. So I'm just learning certain things. So when I really made that decision, I was really basically already groomed in a lot of ways because of what I've seen and what was taught. So when I lost my parents, like I said, my little brother, that was my turning point, bro. I took that red suit and I ran with it. And I became one of the most hated, loved, feared niggas in my neighborhood. Right. You know, I was loved by many, feared by many, and hated by many. Hated based on the fact because of my violence, and niggas know I go. Even right now today, and I'm retired, and I don't want to hurt nobody, but don't fuck with me because I go. Right. Straight up, you know what I mean? And I ain't tripping on the fact of the consequences because I'm smart enough to know I know I got to deal with consequences if I go there. That's why it's so important for me not to go there. So I don't fear no man, no nigga on earth. I fear God and I fear myself because I know what I do to someone protecting me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I was able to self-retire myself out of that life, take myself out of that equation, and, you know, become the entrepreneur that I am at today because, you know, that was the best thing that I could have done for myself, bro. So I want to dive a little deeper in it. Like, did you figure out how to move in the streets, or did you have like an OG teaching you how to put in work? Funny you asked that question. Great question, though. For me, coming out of Kansas City, Missouri, first of all, I was born and raised Kansas City, Missouri, the first 10 years of my life. Right. Coming out of a set of projects, coming out of one of the biggest housing projects in Missouri, which was Wayne Minor Projects. Coming around gangsters, killers, not gangbangers, gangsters, hustlers, killers.
Can you define the three?
Define
those three.
Oh, let me break it down. Most definitely, because I always get into this debate with Chicago, because I love Chi-Town, because Chi-Town for us was always a big influencement to us as gangbangers that we was doing the dumb, stupid shit, fighting over these stupid ass colors. When these brothers over here was holding down their communities, their neighborhoods, you couldn't come sell drugs over here if you wasn't from this community. First of all, you wasn't selling it to your own people. So their mind frames was different. So we always respect them as gangsters. Chicago produced gangsters, not gangbangers, bro. Gangsters. LA is the seed, the manufacturers, the first individuals on the globe who produced the red and blue syndrome of gangbanging. I'ma kill you if you got on that wrong fucking color, nigga. We did that shit in LA and we became genocides amongst ourselves. So gangsters are more structured, organized, criminals, bro. They take the formula of the mob. So they take it on a whole nother level. Gangbangers are the individuals who are from the neighborhoods gang banging, but not yet from the set. See, it's the three elements from gang banging, a gang member, and from the set. You gotta become from the set. Well, how do you get to the set, Bonnie Hunter BJ? putting that work in, young nigga, that real work. And when you put that real work in, you climb what we used to call the ladder. So now you went from a gang member once upon a time, which is the question he asked me. I was an associate from my neighborhood because I lived in the neighborhood. So anybody in the neighborhood, you're associated with that hood. Now I became a member because I'm fascinated with the gangs and I'm associating with the gang members and the gang bangers, meaning I'm hanging around certain individuals. Now I get caught in. Now I'm in, I became a gang banger. When I became a gang banger, my first totem, my tool was a 357 Python, that 8-inch barrel. And I was dangerous with it. So now I start putting that work in. And less than a couple years, I'm from the set. Meaning from the set, oh, what I say go, what he say go. If we in the meetings, we the niggas in the meetings talking, politicking, not you gang members. Damn sure not you associates. You ain't even in the meeting, nigga. You ain't even in this meeting. The only niggas in this meeting is gang bangers, because they soon to be the niggas from the set, because they gotta go put this next work in too to climb that next ladder. And the niggas from the set. See, that's the big difference of the day. It was a whole different ball game, bro, we played. You know what I'm saying? And again, not saying none of that from a bragging boast standpoint, but from an educational standpoint that you cats need to know the rules. If you're gonna be into this shit, you jumped your head into it, or you ran into a wall like a crash dummy, but you don't even know no rules. Cause y'all don't have no rules behind this shit, bro. None.
Right.
So those are the three separate elements of it, man.
There was two brothers, and I can't think of their names right now, but they're from California, right? And they practiced devil worshiping back in the day. Did you know anything about that? And they were Bloods. And they grew up real good, but then they got into devil worshiping. And I don't know their names off the top of my head. But you ever heard of any gang bangers praying to the devil to get,
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, and I mean this shit from the bottom of my heart, and I don't say it for no viral aspect. You asked me an honest question, and it really, from a spiritual standpoint, bro, that shit just hit me. It hit me a certain kind of way, because I'm like, how the fuck this nigga know?
Right.
What kind of research has he been doing?
Right. I just watch a lot of gang shit.
But bro, I was from a crew. When I got paroled out of Folsom in 1986, bro. Right. I'm doing a joke. I got paroled out of Folsom. I got recruited in this crew, Money, Mac, and Murder. Mm-hmm. And my initiation in this crew was, if I want to come up and I wanted my own, and I wanted to be able to establish my own crew of niggas and establish my own as the leader that I was, then okay, here we go. Here go your front. We're gonna give you your bird. But you're responsible for your bird, and you're responsible for getting it to the next stage. So this when the OT game hit us in 1984, 85. But what is the OT game, Big Cap? Out of town. Okay. This is when we got into the whoop, doubling up our shit, taking one bird, flipping it into two, and we ship it. Feel me? Basically, out of town distribution. So from that point, I was given a bird. And that bird was broke down into a cookie, which is two big cookies. You cook it in a binker. It breaks down into cookies. Okay. So I got a bird. Bust it down, put it in the jockey strap it around, put it on me, put my drawers on, walk straight through the airport, get on the airplane. Right. At that time, it was safe haven to do it like that because it wasn't this high tech, dogs, none of that. Yeah, TSA it was a whole different ball game.
September 11th, yeah.
It was like you literally can walk with it in your hand, you know what I mean? Until they got wind of it. And that was for at least a good 7 to 8 years, it was like that. So once I got involved from that aspect and I got into the clique, come to find out, the founder, one of the leaders, which is a young cat, great cat from Anthony Park, Miller's Gangster area. I ain't gonna utilize the name because one of my bros, he's my dog, he's rest in peace. But we were known in LA for devil worship. Right. Because okay. that was a part of our code. We became the devil worshipers, bro. Right. And I'm giving it to you with all honesty because that was something that was part of my life that in 1992, becoming the peace treaty advocate is what took me out of that element where I started trying to give my soul back to God.
Right. So that's why you said earlier you had sold your soul? Is that why you mentioned that?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, can we dive a little deep into the...
Hey man, I'm fucked up, man.
Yeah, no.
Like, God damn, that's crazy.
So I want to ask this, and the reason I'm asking this is for people of young ages. You know, your mind can be influenced. You know, I have a son that's he just turned 20, and I could just see his mind get influenced by just certain things, right? And so if you're practicing devil worshiping, what are some of the things that you would have to do when you were either talking to the devil or what did he want?
Well, basically, our ritual aspect of it was basically we'll be smoking, getting high, a couple of homies. Cause one thing about me, I never smoked with no hard narcotics. I never smoked drugs. I never tooted cocaine. I didn't fuck with nothing. I smoked my weed. That was it. Yeah. I never got into the drinking up until later on into my 40s.
Right. You ever fuck with the wet angel dust?
None of that shit. I didn't need none of it, but I was already volatile. My temper, I'm temperament.
Right.
I'm a fighter, trigger man, whatever you need, I'm gonna bring it.
Right.
You know what I mean? My father instilled that in me because my daddy was a war vet. So, like I said, I bought it from Kansas City, being around all my uncles and my daddy, and 4 of his brothers being from Vietnam and war veterans. So I grew up shooting at an early age, 8 years old, hunting. Right. That's why it's one of my favorite, biggest hobbies in sports right now.
Right. So the first thing you killed was like animal, like hunting and shit when you was young. Right.
So
that's why I was asking.
So going back into the question of the ritual, our particular standpoint of rituals was we were just more or less suicidal. Like, give you an example. The homie say, I'm gonna just use the word G as a name. I'm gonna just use G.
Okay.
The homie G say, hey fool, you know I just went and got my $1 million policy, fool. Cause you know I might just die tomorrow.
Right.
He'll say shit like that. And I said, what? But in actuality, he's serious. So now here it is, we fall in league, we going to get policies. So I went and got my policy. We had just went and bought us a 20-foot bay liner. We pieced up, went and got us a 20-foot bay liner, right? Yeah. Boat. And we had to start throwing these parties on San Pedro Harbor, where all the LA was, all the Damus from different hoods would come to the beach. We were throwing these big old super beach parties and shit. So we bought the boat, then we bought jet skis. So I was on my jet ski one day, we out there clowning in the water, we about 8, 9 deep, we clowning. And mind you, I just got this policy, bro. Not even 5, 6 days that I got this policy on myself. And so I'm dipping in the water, and my good smart dumb ass not realizing, hey man, you're not on pavement. This thing not gonna just stop. So when I went to dip, I tipped the nose in the water. Whoop. And the rocks to the shore, it spent like this. It took me right on up the rocks. Right. So I let the bike go. It flew off of it, and the bike just blew. Blah. So here come the Coast Guards, all that. They had to come get me. One of the homies pulled up. I jumped on his jet ski, got off the jet ski. They come get mine out the water. 3 days later, we had our main house. Once again, I jump on a motorcycle. It's one of my little homie's bikes. His bike. I tell him, hey, let me ride right quick. So I jump on his motorcycle, and I cut ass coming down 132nd. I'm in Compton in Westside Piru Hood. And I'm coming down 132nd, and I'm finna cross Central, and it's all ongoing traffic. It's a main boulevard. Right. And I go to break down, and the bike ski on me, not stopping instantly. And I go straight through ongoing traffic. And a diesel and a couple of cars, like, just really barely missed me. And I bust down, and I came out with a quick left without hitting the fence and the gate, the wall, because that was my next stop, that wall. And I hit that left and came out of it like, whew, and just like it was like a whole spirit came through me, like a protection that stopped me from dying right then and there instantly. Because my next impact was that wall, bro. Right. It was that wall, and once I hit that wall, if I let go of the bike, I'm damaged regardless. And I'm on a little speed motorcycle bike, you feel me? So it's like, it was all bad. I should stop. When I pulled up, they all cheering and going crazy. Ah, nigga, you crazy. All the time I'm just looking at them going like this. Man, nigga, I just damn near died.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, of course, that kind of brushed off of me, and I go into my little laughter, and yeah, that shit was crazy, motherfucker. You know, that's dumb shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But that was sort of our ways of our rituals, and then, you know, just being on point as far as just knowing we didn't give a fuck.
So would you contribute? You would contribute that you're not dying because the devil practicing.
Basically, because
okay.
that's our shield. It ain't at this time. It ain't God. God not protecting me. Satan is protecting me. Whatever I do,
right.
If a nigga shoot me right now, nigga, I'm coming back to get you, nigga, because he got me, fool.
Right.
You feel me? That's why many times I didn't get shot when I got shot at. Niggas was on me trying to knock. Boom, blah, blah, blam. I'm knocking back. Boom, blah, blah, blam. We knocking. Bullets ain't hit me though.
Right.
I done hit plenty of niggas because I can really shoot.
Right.
And I creeps. I walk up on a nigga. Nigga, I might walk up on you looking like an old bitch.
Right.
And walk right up on your bitch ass and give you what you needed, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
That's really how volatile I was, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
But I thank God he took me out of that element, bro.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be here today, you know, to be able to be a father, raise my kids, love my firstborn grandson. Just being here, period, bro, and just having this change of venue. You know, for me, even to sit here and to share this with you guys, and it's fine to be on the blue couch, man, by the way. You know, I told them niggas I was coming, boy. For me, it's different, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, bitch, right? I'm right here too, bitch, right?
Yeah,
man, so it's just that no one coming from where I come from, bro, and then being on this internet and becoming, you know, what I have become in this internet world, and also having to run in my own channels and things of that nature. It's just that, for me, it came with a lot of growth.
Right.
Because I had to take a lot of shit,
well,
you know?
So how did you, all right, so you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna walk with you in the game. So you just don't give a fuck. You that nigga, you kill, you know, do whatever you fucking gotta do.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly kill or whatever the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So how do you go from, you know, I'm worshiping the devil to be like, nah, God really got me?
Well, you niggas cheering on Woody funny ass did it. Why I can't do it?
No, I'm just saying like
that's a whole different category. I just had to throw that out there.
Right. So I'm saying like just like
I'm gonna answer for you.
Go ahead.
The damn show is not overnight.
Right.
It's not overnight, fam. For me, it's not overnight. That's why I said I gave 30 years to him.
Right.
30 fucking years. No, not as a dummy. I literally had to carry the red flag in my pocket for 30 straight years and gang bang. Nah, bruh. I gang bang, became a D-boy, criminal organized, all type of organized structures of crimes, elements of crimes which led me to prison systems.
Right.
My prison world, all that shit combined together, just that whole lifestyle for 30 years. 30 years in the streets until I said, you know what? Fuck this shit, enough is enough. I ain't fucking with the streets, I ain't fucking with the hood, none of this shit no more, because I did it. I gave enough. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep doing it till I die,
right?
Because that's the only element I'm gonna get out of it. Or the rest of my life in prison. Once again, my integrity and intelligence kicks in. You better than that. And this, which is the spirit of my integrity and my intelligence talking to me. Are you ready to come home?
Right.
And because becoming a father and doing something that other gangsters ain't done, never done, and I can really say that and brag and really boast on that, nigga, how many of you niggas can say you delivered your kids, nigga, out your woman pussy? Open that shit up, come on, let's go. Right. And you delivered them. Yeah. Cut the umbilical cord, named them, head them to the doctor, nigga, and you raised them all the way to college. And they speak 3 different languages.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's gangster.
That's gangster.
Right.
So those was the type of things I took myself on levels on, man, and I seen those changes and transitions. And I know the devotion that I gave to my kids, oh man, I gotta make a choice.
Right.
I can't live this double life now. I can't allow this friction to split me up because A1, I got a good thing going over here where I got a set career in the entertainment field. I done established a name for myself in the entertainment field as well. Now I have these beautiful babies that God has blessed me with. Satan didn't give me this. He pissed off. He got me running into obstacles right now because shit is going on. I done got a little pussy nigga over here that testing me, so I got to go over here and knock on this nigga door and handle my business. But when I'm trying to do good and think good, but this nigga tests me now. He see I'm trying to go to different directions, and that's when the tests come. That's when all the niggas come out the woodwork, the tough shit.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.